U.S. President Donald Trump's envoy, Keith Kellogg, has attended Ukraine's Independence Day celebrations in Kyiv today, a symbolic show of support as the war enters its fourth year. President Volodymyr Zelensky has confirmed Kellogg's presence, underscoring Kyiv's effort to court backing from Washington in its bid to force Russia to end the invasion. On the front lines, Ukrainian forces marked the holiday with little respite. Commanders of the Lyud Joint Assault Brigade say their units are being deployed to Donetsk, stressing that the fight for sovereignty outweighs any celebration. Here's what some of the Ukrainian soldiers have said.
Звичайно, є певні переживання, є певний страх, але також існує наявна нотка цікавості, як воно, що воно. Також подобається відчуття адреналіну, а я впевнений, що це якраз зарядить тим самим адреналіном.
Я патріот до кісток, але коли цей День Незалежності став днем боротьби, відчувається він трошки інакше. Він з присмаком, на жаль, поту і крові.
І тільки вже, мабуть, з роками і з початком 2014 року, коли вся країна піднялася на, як і війська, як і поліцейські, так і цивільні, волонтери піднялися на захист держави. І до повномасштабного вторгнення це відчуття гордості за свою державу. І готовність не покласти своє життя, а якомога довше прожити для захисту її кордонів і нашої землі.
Now for this discussion, we're joined by Professor Oleksiy Haran. He's a professor of comparative politics, joins us live from University of Kyiv, Mohyla from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Thank you, Professor, for joining us today. Welcome to NewsX World. Now, how symbolic is this that what are the strategic implications of publicizing U.S. involvement in Ukrainian national events like Keith Kellogg there?
Well, first of all, thank you for showing Ukrainian soldiers who are real heroes, who are fighting for independence and territorial integrity of Ukraine. And these soldiers, they have support from Ukrainian people. This is very, very important for us. Regarding the visit of General Kellogg to Kyiv, this is symbolic, yes. This demonstrates the solidarity with Ukraine, so this is really important. At the same time, I would like to stress that it seems that General Kellogg now is not the main person who is advising Trump on Ukraine. We know that in negotiations with Russia participated another Trump's advisor, Mr. Witkoff, who is not a diplomat, not a military, he's just a developer. And he is envoy of Trump to Middle East, and we saw that in Middle East there was no progress actually, and he was his envoy to Russia, and he made several very pro-Russian statements. So he do not understand what's going on in Ukraine, what are the historic backgrounds of Russian aggression. So in this sense, why I'm saying that? Because yes, so it's symbolic, the visit of General Kellogg, but we do not know who Mr. Trump is listening more. That's the question. And we also know Trump's, it's very difficult to predict what Trump will do. So far, after the meetings together with Ukrainian president, together with European partners of Ukraine, it seems that now Trump is persuaded not to give territorial concessions to Russia, like Crimea. Trump is saying it's important to stop the war. Trump is saying that there should be some security guarantees to Ukraine. This is important, but we do not know what kind of security guarantees he's thinking about. And American side now, under Trump leadership, they are saying that security guarantees should be provided by Europe, first of all, with some American participation, but we do not know exactly how it will look like.
And yes, you have also mentioned that President Trump, we do not know his exact stance. Where does he stand? What do you think, what ways can this symbolic gesture impact its U.S. relations with Russia?
Look, we think that it's very important not just to talk about symbols and not just to say good words, but to have deeds. Well, let's remember that President Trump, from the very beginning, he said it should be ceasefire. Just ceasefire, and then we can be engaged in talks. And he said that if Russia do not stop their bombardments of Ukraine, if Russia doesn't want a ceasefire, then there should be sanctions. That he was ready, to impose sanctions, and he put several deadlines. And Russians didn't meet this deadline, so they continued bombarding of Ukraine, including civilians. When we're talking about bombardments from Russia, it's not so about military targets, it's about civilians who are dying actually, who are bombarded on the territory of the whole Ukraine. And Ukraine is a very large country. Well, it's not like India, but according to European standards, it's kind of, the size of France. So Putin didn't do any steps towards stopping the bombardments of Ukraine. And Trump didn't follow his own words. He didn't introduce sanctions. If he increases sanctions, that would be a strong signal. That would be a real strong signal to Russia. But so far, Putin hears some, threats from Trump, but some warnings from Trump, but Trump is doing nothing in this regard. And that's why, Putin is thinking that, okay, we may continue, we may propose peace, some so-called peace deals, but we will continue, bombardments of Ukraine. So that's why we think it's important to send this strong message and signal to Putin. Don't do that. Let's have a ceasefire.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Professor Alexei Haran, for joining us. And once again, happy Independence Day to Ukraine. Now we move on to our next news. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung